going to show you how anybody can remove negative items from their credit report. And we are going to be writing the easiest dispute letter. And we have our example account. So over on the left over here, we have a credit report directly from Identity IQ. And I'm going to show you what to look for. And we're using these example accounts to write our dispute letter over here. And we're going to fill in this boilerplate. All right. So we're going to get started. But if you would like to see if I can personally do this for you so that you don't have to worry about what to say, when to say it, and whether you're even saying the right thing at all, then head over to my740.com, schedule a call with me, and I will see if I can help. Now let's get started. So we're starting with First Premier. I know that you can't see the creditor name, but it's right over here past where I'm recording my screen. So we have our account. We need to go and look for our inaccuracies. Okay, so we are first actually going to dispute the payment history. And the reason is, if you can't see it, date last active, I'm not too concerned about that, even though it shows 2 different years. So our number one inaccuracy here is going to be our payment history. Our second one is going to be our date last active. And then our third one is actually going to be our date of last payment. Now, I do wish that date of last payment was significantly more different so that we could dispute it and get it off faster. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So we can actually use this over here under our reasons in our accounts. But basically, we're going to come over here to our dispute letter, and we have our name, address, date of birth, social security number, the date, bureau name and bureau address. And then paragraph 1, you're going to need to put only this information: why you're writing the letter, what you want them to do, and any extra information like, you ignored me last time, or any USC codes that you want to put in there. And then we're going to list our accounts. So we have our reasons using the Agero formula that I used to remove over 50,000 negative items over the past 4 years, which is action, justifier, element, reason, and outcome. And you can use this to remove any negative item. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fill this in quickly. Why are we writing this letter? All right, so we're actually going to say, and we're going to write our paragraph down here, and it's more like just 2 or 3 sentences, why we're writing the letter. So my paragraph is literally just remove these inaccuracies from my credit report for false reporting and send me a new report reflecting these changes. So now we're going to come down here and we're going to put our first account in, and it's actually First Premier. And account number is 517-800. They normally always start like that. Now, the action is going to be delete because it's the justifier. And we're going to go and choose the payment history, which if you look at the payment history, February 21 report to us 30 days later on Experian, but on Equifax, it reports okay. And it's the opposite for January. And then we don't have any payment history for TransUnion. So we're going to very simply state that the payment history reflects that January 2021 was paid on time for Experian, but 30 days late for Equifax and TransUnion. And I'm assuming that for TransUnion it's the same. And then on February 2021, it is the opposite. So as you can see, we let them know what we wanted to do, which was to delete the account. And because the payment history was reported inaccurately, and I took the facts directly from the credit reports. Let's go find another account. So we're just going to scroll down here, and I see now that CB Express is also negative. So I'm going to add that in, CB Express account number 34932, and our best dispute reason after looking at this account, well, so date last payment 3/2019, 3/2019, and 5/2019, and then date last active is going to be 12/19, 12/19, 5/19. I am actually going to go again with the payment history. So we're going to say on this one, the payment history on this account. Now, because I know that the previous payment history actually reports that the first day of delinquency, date of delinquency was June 2019, that's actually what I'm going to use here. So the payment history on this account is inaccurate and reports that the first day of delinquency was June 2019. Delete this account. As you can see, we're telling them what we're disputing, why we're disputing it, and what we want for them to do. It's really as simple as that. Now, obviously, you do need to know how an account should be reported. It's not just comparing inaccuracy between reports. That's not how this works. But if you subscribe and you follow my other videos, then you will learn exactly what you need to say and use in an account to actually get these things off permanently. All right, so we have Lending Club here. So I'm actually going to use date of last payment because it reports as 1/2020, 1/2020, and 12/2019. So the second thing that I would actually use is going to be payment history. So you can say November 2019 was reported as 30 days late and 60 days late, which is obviously completely and totally wrong. But I'm going to give you two different dispute reasons here. So not only can you dispute the date of last payment, and I've put in the facts, but you can also dispute, or instead dispute, removing for inaccuracy because November 2019 is reported as both 30 and 60 days late. So as you can see, you're literally just finding the best possible dispute reason, and you're using the Agero formula to plug those facts in to get your negative items removed. Okay, so we're just going to remove this, and there we go. So we're going to do one more account on here. And this is going to be Cap 1 Auto, and it's account number 6207340. You don't need to put the whole thing. And I'm actually going to say delete for inaccuracy because October 2020 report says 30 days late, but was actually paid on time. You are going to be putting the burden of proof on them. It is not your job to prove whether something is accurate or not. All right. Now, money line is going to be our last account, and this is going to be LL. I don't know if that's an I. I think that's an I. 4276. And this one's going to be pretty simple. If you look at the payment history, we have 2 years of not late payments, but charged off. Okay. So delete for false reporting because the payment history reports 2 years of activity after this account was closed. That's very, very simple. And we're going to say, we're just going to say, thank you for your attention. Expedited attention. And this is going to be your name. And that is it. You're going to print this and you are going to put it out in the mail. It cannot be any easier than this. So if you want to remove your collections, your charge-offs, your repos, your late payments, your foreclosures, anything that you have on there, it is possible, but you need to know exactly how you should be disputing and what to look for so that you can get this done. Subscribe so that you can learn how to remove your negative items and increase your credit score and go out and get the things that you actually need. And again, if you want to see if I can personally do this for you, use the link at the top of your screen and schedule a call with me.